Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some updates from Friday in Austria. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description. But let's jump straight into the video. Now, following Friday practice, I think one thing that's clear is that McLaren have returned to form. As we know, in Canada, it was a completely off weekend for them and they just did not have the pace to win. But here in Austria, they're back on it and they do look strong. And I think they do look like the team to beat. Mercedes also look strong too. Both George Russell and Kimi Antonelli have been putting in good times, but I do think the McLaren is the stronger package. But I think one person who really did stand out on Friday was Alex Dunn. Now, he's McLaren's junior driver and he replaced Lando Norris in free practice 1. And I think Dunn had a seriously strong session. You know, it started slow with him doing some testing, with him getting up to speed with the car, but by the end of the session, he was on the pace and he ended up going 4th fastest, less than a 10th behind Oscar Piastri. So really impressive there from Dunn. And speaking about his pace, McLaren team principal Andrea Stella told Sky F1, "First of all, before we look at the time, I think we have to acknowledge that he's gone through quite an extensive plan of testing with some new parts, with some rake work, some adjustments on the steering wheel that we don't see on television, but definitely keeps the driver very busy. In all this, Alex has been quite diligent and impressive. And then he also has the chance to show some speed, and no surprise, he's a fast driver. I think we need to be a bit careful looking at the lap times, because his came later on in the stint when the fuel was down, but I think encouraging and impressive in terms of Alex himself, and also I think a good session for McLaren." Now, I did think at the time that perhaps Dunn was on a lower fuel load when he set that lap time, but I still think it's very impressive. You know, it was his debut in the McLaren MCL 39, and I think he did a really good job. And even with the fuel low, he's nowhere near as experienced as anyone else around him. And to go 4th fastest and have that speed after just an hour, I think that is very impressive. But one team that won't be happy with how Friday went is Ferrari. You know, they haven't had the fastest car in 2025, but here in Austria, they have bought some upgrades to try and improve that. And most of the changes were underneath, with modifications made to the floor fences, floor body, and the diffuser. But Ferrari just did not have the pace. I mean, in FP1, they seemed to be having issues. We heard Hamilton was having issues with his gearbox, but then in FP2, the team just did not have the pace. Hamilton openly admitted that on the radio. And we also saw Charles Leclerc just have so many snaps of oversteer as he tried to control his Ferrari, and at one point, he just went off the track at turn 6. So yeah, just a really bad day for Ferrari, and well, it went bad to worse for them, with Lewis Hamilton being caught up in an incident with Kimi Antonelli. Basically, Hamilton wandered towards the racing line during the braking zone of turn 4, with Kimi Antonelli going at full speed down the straight, and Antonelli had to go off the track to avoid a massive collision. And Hamilton said on the radio, "I didn't see Antonelli." And now Hamilton has been noted for impeding Antonelli at turn 4. So it looks like Hamilton's going to be investigated for this, but I don't think he's going to get a grid penalty for it. You know, it's practice, and based off previous practice rulings, I think it could either be a fine, a reprimand, a warning, but we'll see what happens. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.